a quadrilateral is a rhombus, then the quadrilateral has two pairs of congruent opposite sides. Okay? If the quadrilateral is a rhombus, then the quadrilateral has two pairs of congruent opposite sides. Okay, inverse. If a quadrilateral is not, see how I underline the not? A rhombus, then the quadrilateral does not have two pairs of congruent opposite sides. Converse. If the quadrilateral has two pairs of congruent opposite sides, then the quadrilateral is a rhombus. And I'm going to move it up just a little bit so I can get contrapositive in there too. And then I'm going to stop because there's no way you could write as fast as I'm saying it, right? Contrapositive. If the quadrilateral does not have two pairs of congruent opposite sides, then it is not a rhombus. Okay? So you should be writing this down so that you have an example when you're doing today's review, when you're studying, because you're going to have to do this on the quiz tomorrow. You should have a notebook out. You should be writing it. I don't care what notebook you put it in. You have it somewhere that you can have access to it. Okay, so inverse means adding not. Converse means flipping it. And contrapositive means both. Okay, so my converse, is that true or false? There is an F next to it. It is false. Because, can you give me a counterexample then? A rectangle. That's my counterexample too. A rectangle. Okay, you ready for the next one? Or are you guys still writing? Still writing. My counterexample is a rectangle. Opposite has two pairs of congruent opposite sides, and it's not.
Can you make it clear? We're doing what?
What?
Can you make it clear? We can't see the word.
Oh, sorry. Is this better?
Yeah.
It doesn't focus unless there's something up there. I'm not sure why. Thanks for telling me, Jake. Okay, ready for the next one? No? Another minute? Okay. Next one. I'll show you the information. Okay. Number 2. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then it has 2 pairs of congruent opposite angles. So I messed up with my inverse. I started to write a converse. Nobody in third hour caught me until I had finished almost all the way. So if a quadrilateral is not a parallelogram, then it does not have 2 pairs of congruent opposite angles. My converse, if the shape has 2 pairs of congruent opposite angles, then it is a parallelogram. And I'm going to move it up just a little bit so we can see contrapositive, and I'll stop there. If the shape doesn't have 2 pairs of congruent opposite angles, then it's not a parallelogram. Chris, when did you get here? Oh, okay. Thank you. I was like, I don't understand those words. All right. Okay, how do we feel? Can I move it up a little bit or no? Yeah? All right, I won't cover inverse even. I'll just move it up to here. Okay, this is a true statement. Therefore, we can use a biconditional. A biconditional has what words in it? There we go. If and only if. So a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if and only if it has 2 pairs of congruent opposite sides. You guys are okay with me using QUAD as quadrilateral? Because I don't want to write the whole thing. It takes up too much room. And that congruent symbol, the equal sign with the squiggle on top of it, is congruent. And OPP is opposite. Yeah? Okay, I'm going to move up inverse just a little bit. Is that better? So if it's true, biconditional. If it's false, what is that thing that you have to do? If the converse is false, you have to counter example. Very good. Very good. Yes?
When we do the biconditional for true, does it matter if you write it in the order of the converse or the order of the original statement?
You need to write it in the order of the original statement. That's a good question.
Can you make it focus?
Oh, sorry, Jade. I always forget. There. Okay, the next thing we're going to write down is an example of inductive and deductive reasoning, so you guys are prepared for the quiz. I'm just still seeing people writing, so I'm not going to move on, right? We're not like writing notes to our friends. We're actually doing this. Okay. Making sure. How are you guys feeling? You think you're going to be able to do this part on the quiz? So my suggestion for those of you who are nervous about the quiz is, one, to take those 10 words and make them into flashcards. I've got some up here if you want. You put the word on one side, put the definition on the other. Okay? If you're still worried, if you're like working on it and you still come in tomorrow and you feel nervous, come see me or Mr. B during lunch tomorrow. We'll help you study. Okay? How far are we, guys? Are we almost done? You guys are on biconditional? Okay. I'm going to move it up a little bit then, because I know some people in the back are struggling to be able to see.
Does it say 2 pairs of congruent opposite angles?
Yep. And then again, we're just going to put 2 more things down, inductive and deductive, and with the examples, and then we're going to finish our biconditional sort, and then you guys can work on your review. Okay? All right, I'm going to try to sneak inductive into here. I'm going to move it up a little bit more. Okay. Inductive reasoning is drawing a conclusion from a pattern or series of examples. So for example, you'll get like this. It'll look like this on your review or on your quiz tomorrow. It'll say 2, 4, 6, and I'll say, what comes next? 8. And you'll have to write down that that's inductive reasoning because it's based on a pattern. Okay? Okay, I'm going to move it up even a little bit more. All right. Anybody still need biconditional, or are we okay? No noise, so I'm assuming we're fine. Okay. Deductive reasoning is based on facts. So for example, 2x equals 8. In order to solve, okay, so it'll say solve for it. So it'll say what'll x equal? And you'll have to say 4. And it'll say deductive or inductive reasoning. You'll say deductive because it's based on facts. We feel good? All right. Any but more questions on inductive versus deductive? Inductive, patterns. Deductive, facts. Okay? Deductive is like you're solving a crime, right? You got to get the facts. Inductive is like it's cloudy outside, so it probably will rain because that you've seen a pattern of that happen. Okay? Or like my son's math homework where it's like apple, orange, orange, apple, orange. What comes next? You're like orange, right? That pattern. Let's go completely against the grain. Yep. Okay, I am going to stop recording, but I'm not going to make it disappear, so you can still copy it if you need to. And as soon as you're done, go ahead and start working on that, finishing up that biconditional sort. It is worth 20 points because I've given you 2 days to work on it. It needs to be done in class today, okay? All right.